I've been preparing my whole life for a mission, or what I thought was a mission, which is riding bikes, going to zone conferences, knocking door to door. That's a mission. It could be in a foreign land, could be here in America, but that's what a mission is. I had a lot of allergies, but I didn't think it was a problem. So I went ahead and submitted my papers. I expressed to the bishop and stake president, I have these concerns.
And a few weeks later, we were called into the stake president's office, and he was asked to serve a service mission.
He brought me in, sat me down, and said, Brother Quaid, we just got a note from the mission department, and you've been honorably excused from a proselyting mission. Would you consider a service mission? Never heard of a service mission before. What's a service mission? And he said, well, we have a need for facilities management service missionary here in the stake. Would you be willing to do that? I said, well, as long as you express to them they're getting a total novice, then I feel right about it. When I started my mission, I knew about this much on how to do facilities work. And after my mission, I know that much, probably. I tried to have a weekly schedule, whether that be on a Monday where I sit down, or sometimes I do it on my preparation day on Saturday. But I try to have like a 2-week outlook. What am I going to do over the next 2 weeks? The mission is a consecrated time, and it's such an easy temptation to be like, I'm at home, there's all these cool activities that I used to partake in. You're a missionary, you're consecrated, you're consecrating this time.
He's treating this missionary experience in a way that's very similar to proselyting missionaries. He keeps the rules, he studies, he's up at 6:30, he goes to bed at appropriate time. He sends weekly emails describing his experiences, things he's learned.
Quite often he is asked, where's your companion? When he says, oh, I don't have one, I'm on a service mission, they're like, that's nice, but that's not a real mission.
As my stake assignment portion, I serve in the temple. The temple has deepened my understanding spiritually and also broadened my empathy.
We were at stake conference recently, and we had general authority there. He said, all missionaries stand up.
And then Elder Quaid did not stand up, and that's when he said, all missionaries wearing a badge stand up and come to the stand. And so our sweet son went up, and we were really excited to see him up there. And in addition to that, the area authority asked him to bear his testimony along with some of the postulating missionaries.
Your parents are able to be there and counsel you, and really be on your level and know the struggles that you're going through and counsel you and support you and be that encourager. The service mission leader, therefore, is that extra layer, that second witness to be an encourager. They know what's going on at your assignment. They know the direction that's coming from Salt Lake. And how could you not succeed with such a web of loving, caring individuals who are walking closely to the Lord and providing that extra counsel and support? The Lord's always been revealing to his prophets ways to make the message clear and able to go out to the world. And so there was a time in the 60s and 70s when individuals, young men, if they had the capacity to do so, were called as building missionaries. And they went out, and were they out teaching all the time? No, they were out using hammers and using nails and building sanctuaries of God where individuals could come closer to them through ordinances. They were building missionaries. Were they any less than teaching missionaries? Certainly not.
Service missions are missions. They're real missions in the same way that proselyting missions are. And they can be blessed and inspired and have fulfilling experiences and touch the lives of others, just like proselyting missionaries do.
I was working in an attic, changing out filters, and the attic was uninsulated. It was in the middle of a very hot season, and I just sat down in that tiredness that you only feel in humidity, and I just thought, wow, I'm on a mission, and I'm trying to serve in the best capacity that I can. And it's hard to describe the feeling of the Spirit when you just suddenly realize that I really am a missionary here. I really am providing services, because there's nothing quite so distracting to the sacrament as an unair-conditioned chapel. As service missionaries, we may be doing temporal work. We may not be doing glorious work. We're not going to be doing work that's showing up on the front pages of church news, but we're still doing the work of the Lord. It comes in all shapes and all sizes.